Hey, another cross-country video. Wow. Here is a bunch of stories from cross-country. During practice one day, they assigned us a scavenger hunt, where we went through the neighborhood behind the school. Once we found something on our list, we took a picture of it. My group consisted of Danky, Blue, Bandana, and Danfield. Remember him from Shoeball. Anyway, we used Danfield's phone, and the first thing we found was a yellow flower. We tried taking a picture with all of us in it, but we didn't fit, so instead we just took it with me. Next we found some reflective water, so Danfield took a really cool picture of our reflection. Then we found a fire hydrant and a street sign, but nothing interesting really happened there other than us screaming at each other. But the basketball hoop. Oh, the basketball hoop. Bandana thought.
What if I pretended to dunk on the hoop?
So he grabbed onto it, and I struck a pose too, and then it took Danfield 10 million years to take the picture. Come on, man. After that we found an American flag, so we all sang the national anthem. Then we found a pine cone and screamed about it. And then we found a motorcycle, and a police officer who was nearby was like,
"What are those kids doing?"
They didn't actually say anything, but I could tell they were suspicious. It took us ages of wondering and eventually we started to get lost, but the coach guided us back to the path, and forced us to jog the whole way. After we got back to the path, we made one more lap around the trail before we were too tired and sweaty to continue, so we headed back to school. As we approached the school, we heard the coach tell us to jog, so in a panic, we picked up a pace and ran with it until we were back on school property. And that is the weirdest scavenger hunt I've ever done. Next story. So I was running, normal practice, when I came up with a prank. I would trick people into pinching their nose, and then I would hit their hands. It was genius. But when I tried on my first target, he chased me up a hill until I lost him. My next target got a bloody nose. Oops. That was not in the plan. I didn't use that prank again after that. I don't actually have any good stories from meets, to be honest.
What is a meet?
Oh yeah, a meet is where we compete against other teams in a race.
Why don't they just call it a race?
Shut up. So yeah, that's it. Here's a drawing I made for Work Tarsier 109.